So here today, I actually wanted to show you something pretty cool because we are at the point right now where, yes, we just got the Demon King banner, and I do wonder how this banner performs. Last month, basically, you saw that Bond did decent, right? Technically, he did worse than Liz, which is still funny. Liz was a very underhyped Fez. Global said, and still Liz outperformed Bond. Bond underperformed. Again, the unit did release to be hell. Then later got buffed, but the buff was still not enough for people to care about the unit. They were like, you know what? You had to buff a unit. I don't want the unit, right? So because of that, Bond kind of underperformed. But how did Tyr do? Tyr was a unit that I would say was broken in a way. He was very, very good and still is. People are saying that no, Demon King runs the meta. I'm still one-shotting with Tyr in PvP, so I don't know what you're doing. But yes, maybe I get out CC'd and lose here and there, but I get my out CC, or I get my one-shot in a lot of the time, so I'm chilling. It's still a good team, but let's see how he did. Let's hop over there. So basically, this entire notes will basically be only covering everything in July. So we'll start at the beginning of July and work our way through. That is literally Grand Cross tweeting right now. It's crazy. So this was, what was this? This was a dead update. Okay, pretty simple. What is it? 7.10 should have been in the live update, right? No, it's the one between that, 7.3. Where is it? 7.3 is right here. Let's see, who was it? It was Tyr. So Tyr was one of the banners over here that did release for us. And then who was after Tyr? Whoever was after Tyr is basically what we're looking at. So again, that was 7.3. So let's go 2 weeks between that. So 7.3 was that. What was that? Summer Freya? So is that what we're looking at here? How did Summer Freya perform? I wonder. 7.24. That was the Cusack update. So we're looking for exactly 7.17. Here you go. So I was a little bit off there, but there you go. And yeah, Summer Freya. So in this entire thing, we're looking at Tyr, how he did. We're looking at how Summer Freya did. Okay. How did they do? You might be asking. We'll find out right now. When did Demon King launch, by the way? Because there'll be like a day or two of his sales if it launched. Demon King launched 7:31, so sometimes they don't actually calculate that, so we can't say much there. So we can't count Demon King at all, all right? So, now knowing that Summer Freya was there, and now knowing that Tyr was there, how do they do? A festival usually does about 8 million-ish, so anything above, like, 5 million is a win. Anything above that, right? That's, like, good, but we have these new games. So Tower of God, New World, which just launched for Netmarble, just launched, 3 million. And I think it didn't even launch, like, it launched like at the last week of the month. And it already did 3 million. That's Netmarble's new game, by the way. I'm covering that game if you care for it on my other channel, link in the description. There you go. Great Journey also, 300,000. That game has been just kind of dwindling a little bit. Tower of Fantasy, I mean, they're still doing pretty good. Tacto P recently launched, 2.91 million, pretty good. Summoners War, pretty good game that I've heard about, I think. Street Fighter Duel, another Crunchyroll game, back in the gutter. It's just been literally dropping since launch. Maybe they recover next month. We'll see. But they've been literally launching collab after collab after collab. So shocking that's actually doing bad. SAO VS, another SAO game about to shut down. 70k and 30k. That's very, very bad revenue. Reversed, I don't even know what this is. Path to Nowhere, I've heard about this game. Nikkei, 15 million. Yes, a game that I cover also. It's been doing a little bit bad recently, but I do think they're gonna pick it up this month. This month is crazy for the game. It's like the calm before the storm, if you will. Another Ni no Kuni, right? So this is again Netmarble's IP, or rather asset, game, whatever you want to say. Still doing pretty good, 1.8 and 700. I think next month will kick up again because they're gonna announce some good stuff then. But it's the calm before the storm. Honkai Star Rail, another game a lot of us know about, has been dropping, right? Because this is launch revenue. It's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. But I do think the game will probably start evening out here. I think 35 million and about 20 million CN is about where the game will manage, and it's going to stick at that. I think that's about it. It will drop below that a little bit here and there for crappy updates, but big updates, it'll probably average around 35 and 20. It's my current opinion. Evertail, heard about that game. Eversoul, where are we? Eminence of Shadow, where the hell? 70s at the top, right, as always. Yeah, 70s Grand Cross at the very top here, with a nice whopping 2.5 and 2 million. Yeah, I'll remain zoomed out just because like there's a lot of numbers. I'll see how I crop this, but 2.5 and 2 million. So they did 4.5 million altogether. 4.5 million. While Black Clover did 1.3. Wow. Wow. I expected so much more from Black Clover. Wow, 1.3, yeah. And I think that month was massive for the game. Noel, right? Is that it? Was Noel that banner, or am I wrong? I don't even know what the banner was. I think it's Noel, or maybe Noel was the month before, but there was like a summer update. And then another double banner. And they already announced their first festival unit, which is Julius, right? And the revenue isn't too hot. For JP, for Black Clover, I was expecting it to average at least 2 million every month. Yeah, 1.3 again. 3.6 was good. We were like, okay, it's gonna plateau around 2 million. It went back to 1.3 million for. I thought maybe it wasn't a good month. I don't know too much there. I know that Summer Noel was like the last character that I pulled for, and I have no idea when that was. I have my video. I actually checked for you. But yeah, that is shocking to me. But maybe let's see. So when I did the summer update pulls, that was July 2nd. So maybe it released the day before that, so July 1st. So it's still Summer Noel's revenue. And you think, and she was a broken unit. People invested into her. So maybe just a bad month. We'll see if the bundles next month are better. But yeah, 1.3 in JP. It's kind of shocking. I thought it would be a little bit more. Grand Cross JP is 2.5 million again over here, and then Global is 2 million. Right? That is for Tier and Freya. So if you were to compare that to 4, right over here, and if you were to show that also, I can show it to you actually. That was also a similar Rain Rock month, or it was a catastrophe month, something like that. So 403 over here, that was Roxy. Correct, that's what released in that month. So because of that also, it wasn't like a hot month. It wasn't like a broken month, but you can clearly see it did 1.3 and 2 million. That's 3.3 million. And here we did 4.5 million for it being a waifu update and tier. That's actually very good, not gonna lie. Like, think about that. It almost, it's only 1 million off from outselling Mael. This was Mael's festival over here, I believe. Correct? This is the original Freya festival. Or Freya release. So, I mean, it didn't do that bad. And again, this is going to actually calculate part of Mael's sales, part of it, because Mael released like at the 25th of the month. So that's also part of Mael's sales too. But, I mean, for what it is, 4.5 million for Tier and Freya, and that's because Tier was a good character. People actually wanted to invest into Tier, and people actually wanted to invest into Freya because they're good, and Ragnarok team actually has support now to where they can actually work, okay? So if you're making good units, you see what happens. Remember, we have had so many filler banners this year. Like, so many, it's not even funny. And I know people are gonna like look at this and be like, dude, that's terrible revenue. For what it is, that's actually pretty good. So I don't care what anybody says, that is pretty good. But if you look at it here, right? Freya was good. Tier was good. Tristan was not good in the way of he couldn't be used on his own. He was literally a bench unit for whales. That's literally all he was. He does a little bit better than Nanashi. So people were like, hey, I'll just whale out my Tristan and use him. So that's there. So let's kind of ignore that one. Excalibur Arthur was free. Can't do that one. Jenna was free. Can't do that one. Camilla was a guild boss unit. Not really needed by anyone. So most players didn't invest into her. This collaboration did good. So I can't say much there. But again, you go back here. This was a step-up unit. Did okay. This was a terrible unit. Ludoseal was not needed in any capacity. I wouldn't say he was that good. New Wings King, I wouldn't say he was that good. Iron Blood Mono, I think she mainly got shafted by the Relic. And that's why she kind of doesn't do that great. But not a terrible unit, but just definitely a filler unit. Like the 600 banner units this year weren't that great. Then you come over here with 2 of them being broken back to back. Freya is very strong. She is very strong, okay? Like, sometimes you'd be wondering, like, dude, she can't kill me, and she'll just kill you in PvP. She's very strong, okay? And then Tyr also, dude, he just one-shots. A lot of the time, he just one-shots. So, both these characters are very, very, very well done. So, remember, because of that, the revenue wasn't that bad. 4.5 million in comparison to a month, which was 1.3 and 2. I can also show it to you, right? So, let's see what was after Roxy, right? Let's see what was after Roxy. I can actually show it to you here. What am I doing? After, where is it? Roxy that was this Roxy. What the hell? Because there's 2 new Roxys. I can't even tell anymore, bro. I can't even tell anymore. Where is it? Roxy of Frenzy was Goddess Elizabeth, bro. Goddess Elizabeth. No. Screw you, Goddess Elizabeth. You suck. Dude, she was so bad there, too. She was mainly like a PvE unit. I think she ended up only being for Guild Boss, where it wasn't even good. So, no one actually invested into her, bro. But yeah, that's really there. Goddess Elizabeth was not a pick, so for what it is, I think that the game did pretty good, and it's because they released a good unit. They released 2 good units, actually. Tyr being whatever he is, he sold almost on par to a festival. If you look at it, 5.4 million is what a festival did. So I think that for what it is, destroyed Roxy's month because it was a broken unit. Roxy was not bad by any means either. Want to make that clear. But Tyr was just well made, and then that's why he sold. So pretty cool little revenue here. Thanks for watching. This video became way freaking too long. Thanks again. Peace out. Enjoy. That's been it for me. Take care. Have fun. And yeah, enjoy.